Hey. Yeah, I should be there pretty soon. What's the weather like? Oh, I can tell you, with my weather forecasting LEDs. Looks like it's gonna rain, so you might want to bring an umbrella. What do you mean it's useless? They're weather forecasting LED. What do you mean you could just use your phone? Hello everyone, it's Michaela here and welcome to my first video of 2021 and it is a doozy. I have a question, is checking the weather on your phone or looking out the window too much work? Well, I have an invention for you and that is the weather lights. And they are the first, to my knowledge, LEDs that change color based on the weather forecast for that day. They're decorative, they're stylish, they're easy to set up. They only use this and the Rasberri Pi computer. And you could set these up for literally anywhere in your home and just have an instant weather forecast no matter where you are. It's a really, really simple build. And if you have decided to build this or you've built something else and want to show me, definitely let me know. Tweet at me at #isitmichaela or send it to me on Instagram at the same address. So I want to take y'all through how to make this, what you need to be careful of along the way, and show you how mine turned out. So what are we waiting for? Let's figure this thing out. All you'll need are a strip of LEDs, some miscellaneous wires, a breadboard, and another small piece, which I'll explain later, and my favorite, a Rasberri Pi. No, you're not eating it. A Rasberri Pi is a name for a really small, extremely versatile computer Arduino hybrid. So not only does this thing have pins with which to send information out to the Arduino, but it's a fully fledged computer. You can plug this thing into a monitor and plug a keyboard and mouse into it, and you can access an entire small operating system that is operated from a little flash drive slot for your SD card. And this also is very key for our weather thing, because our script is going to need to go on the internet and get the weather. So when I was trying to figure out how to do this, it seemed initially pretty difficult. Basically, we know this, right? We know that this thing can access the internet, and we also know that it can tell these to shine a certain color. The only piece that's missing is getting the weather. Well, it turns out there's literally a function that you can download on the Raspberry Pi that tells it what the weather is if you give the Raspberry Pi a certain terminal line command. So you go to the terminal window, you type in a command, weather - your zip code, and it'll give you the weather. You tab here, and we're going to use this weather command by just simply doing weather and then a zip code. So we're just gonna put the zip code for JFK, which is 11430, enter. And we have the weather conditions for that zip code. Right now it's overcast. And so this is how we're going to make these lights change according to the weather. We're going to run this code for whichever zip code that we live in. We're going to pass that result to a custom script that I'm going to write that's going to search through this output and find the keyword that tells us what the sky looks like. Overcast, partly sunny, partly cloudy, rainy, those sorts of keywords. And then, depending on the keyword, we're going to change the color of the lights. And just like that, if you have this running in the background, we have a mechanism that changes the lights according to the weather. Now the next step is how do we automate that command and get it to translate to light color? Well, the best way that I found out to do that is to use Python. Python is an incredibly versatile language. It can interface with a ton of different things. I use it for my job, I've used it for my grad school. In this case, we're gonna use Python to talk to the internal computing system of Raspberry Pi. What we're gonna tell it is to say, okay, I want the Raspberry Pi to run this weather command. I want the output of that weather command to get sent to a variable. So you're going to have a variable with all of your weather output in it. Now I want to search through that variable and try to find the sky conditions. I want to find the phrase partly cloudy, partly sunny. I want to find all of that. And then once you've found those key phrases, then you just have to map that to a specific color set, send it over to the Neopixel Strip, and voila, you've got color. Even though I wrote the code from scratch, the wiring for this project was pretty standard. The link is in the description below, but I basically just followed this schematic to actually connect the Raspberry Pi to the Neopixel Strip. One thing to make sure of is to include a level shifting chip into the wiring. This will allow the 3-volt signal from the Raspberry Pi to be strong enough to compare to the 5-volt input required by the Neopixels. Okay, weather predicting lights. We wired everything. It's all right here. The part came in to increase the voltage to 5, which was what we needed. Let me just figure out what the weather is supposed to be, and then we plug it in and see if it actually works. Okay, so let's do weather. Okay, weather is mostly cloudy. So according to our code, mostly cloudy should just be like straight up gray. So if this works, then we should see gray lights all throughout here. We're gonna save it and run it. Go. Okay, code is working. Now it's time to plug it in and see if it works. Here we go. Oh. Oh! Oh my god, it works! Look at that! It's gray! You might not be able to see with the camera, but this is totally like a grayish blue color. Oh my gosh! Oh, look at it! Look at it go! I only did the first 50, but this is the way it's supposed to be. Oh my god! We did it! Oh, weather forecasting LEDs, let's rock it! Oh my god, this is awesome. The last step was to make these lights a little more installable for my room, so I decided to solder on some extension wires as well as a power switch so I could turn them off and on whenever I wanted. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, I give you weather lights. All right, the lights are set up and it is a beautiful day. Let's see what the weather is forecasted. All right, orange and red alternating. Looks like that's gonna be sunny. And what do you know? It's beautiful outside. I'm sorry, did I just Amazon Prime the weather? Hello, NBC? Yes, it's Michaela. I'll be taking that job request as a weather reporter now. Call me Aunt Woo, because I just predicted the future. Oh, this works perfect. And honestly, it looks really nice in the room. It's just a really cool weather indicator. I love this so much because, I mean, I don't have these blinds open all the time. These are going to close. But now I'll know. Now I will know. We did it. We did it. We did it. Okay, y'all, everyone. So I was looking outside, right? And you can't really see it. Okay, you can see it, right? It's like a little bit cloudy. It's not really as sunny anymore. And I saw like some shade and stuff there. So I was like, okay, well, that's interesting. I turned around and It changed color! Here, hold on, I'll give you a closer look. It changed from red and orange to yellow and gray, which is the color scheme for partly cloudy. And it's partly cloudy! Well, I hope that you enjoyed that video. I hope you got some great ideas, and I hope that if you build these weather lights, they give you just as much enjoyment as they gave me. So definitely remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna be building more stuff, obviously, because this is so much fun. And yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know what you want to make next. I have actually a huge list, so don't expect it to be done anytime soon, but getting more ideas on the roster is always a great thing. So as always, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and see you next time.